Hello everyone, let's learn an efficient tip to do true, false and not given. Let's do it.
The tip to solve true, false, not given or yes, no, not given questions in reading tests is that we need to remember to focus on the specific information given in the text. True means the information is clearly stated and it matches with the text. False means the information contradicts with what is stated in the text. And not given means that the information is not mentioned or it is unclear in the text. So we need to understand what the passage and what the question is saying. If the meaning matches, it is true. If it contradicts, it is false. And if it is unclear and not mentioned, some of the information is not mentioned, the answer will be not given. So we need to pay attention to the meaning, to the keywords and details to accurately determine if the statements align with the information provided. Let's do a question together. Let's apply the tip that we just learned about on the question number 1. So we'll read the question first, we will understand what it's trying to say, then we will move to the passage, we will read where they have mentioned about the same information they've talked about in the question, and then we will see if it is talking about the same thing or contradicting it, or if some information is missing. So question number 1. The autonomic nervous system can be regulated by Campo treatment. So the question says that the autonomic nervous system is affected in a positive way by Campo treatment because Campo treatment can regulate it. Okay, so now we have to go to the passage and see if Campo treatment can regulate the autonomic nervous system. If it can, then the answer would be true. If it cannot regulate the autonomic nervous system, the answer would be false. If some information is missing, if it is missing that there's no relation given between both of these, as in Campo treatment and nervous system, or about its regulation, then the answer would be not given. So let's go to the passage. Paragraph 4, first line, because here they're talking about Campo medicine treatment. So it is saying, on the positive side, over the past 2 decades, several studies have shown that Campo medicine treatments help significantly reduce the negative side effects of chemotherapy in Japan. So in this sentence, it is mentioning that Campo medicine treatments helps in reducing or lessening the side effects of chemotherapy in Japan. But we have to read if it can regulate the autonomic nervous system. So we will read ahead. It is saying, it is known to help. Here it means Campo treatment. So Campo treatment is known to help improve surgical outcomes. So it helps in improving the surgical outcomes and also regulate the autonomic nervous system. And here our answer is, it is saying that yes, Campo treatment does help in regulating the autonomic nervous system. Since the information matches with what our question is saying, so the answer to question number 1 would be true. Let's do question number 2 of true, false, not given. So let's read the question and understand what it is trying to convey. The question is saying Reiki was codified in China in the early 20th century. So here it is saying that Reiki was codified in China. So it has given us the place that it was codified in China, and it has also told us the time, which is early 20th century. So now we'll go to the passage and we'll see if Reiki was actually codified in China during this time that is mentioned in the question. If it matches, the answer would be true. If some of the information is contradictory, the answer would be false. And if some information would be missing, the answer would be not given. So let's find out if Reiki was actually codified in China in early 20th century. For this, we will read paragraph 2 because it is talking about Reiki, and let's start reading it. It is saying Reiki, a healing practice, was codified in the early 20th century in Japan. So the sentence is saying that Reiki was codified in early 20th century, yes, but not in China. It was codified in Japan. So since the information is contradictory, the answer to question number 2 would be false, because Reiki was not codified in China. It was codified in Japan. Let's do question number 3 of true, false, and not given. The question is saying homeopathy is liked by Eastern societies. So it is saying that Eastern societies liked homeopathy. So now let's go to the passage and see if Eastern societies liked homeopathy. So homeopathy is talked about in paragraph 5. Let's read it. Homeopathy is comparatively a recent system of medicine. So this line is telling us that it is a recent system. It was created in 1796. So I am trying to skim because here it is not talking about if it was liked by Eastern society. So I am quickly reading and skimming the information. While it is difficult to explain in layman language how it is prepared, so now here it is talking about how it is prepared and practiced in multiple countries wide. So we'll move ahead. In recent times, there have been a number of inquiries into the science behind homeopathy, and some of the Western countries have taken steps to stop funding homeopathic treatment. So here it is saying that Western countries have thought that they will stop funding the homeopathic treatment. So if we see the whole paragraph is not talking, it has not even mentioned if it is liked or not liked by Eastern societies. Since the information is missing and unclear, the answer to question number 3 would be not given.
So I hope you learned the concept and the tip well. All the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.